Credit cards save you a lot of time and trouble when it comes to money. Sometimes you desperately need cash and have no one to borrow it from. You sometimes cannot ask your family to cover your expenses. At that time, having a credit card is of great help. But you have to be careful with it. You can withdraw money anytime you want, but it doesn't mean you do it every now and then. Credit card debt can be problematic if you aren't careful with it. Let's assume you've received a credit card debt that is a hefty amount. How do you pay off that debt as fast as soon as possible? Stick to the end of the video to find out. Hello and welcome to Money on the Wall, your daily guide to making money by spending money. We will cover all the ways to help you pay the money as soon as possible, so you might as well find some time and stick to the end of the video. So, without further ado, let's get straight into this. 1. Get on a budget. The first way to pay back the credit card debt is to make a daily budget. From start to the end, figure out every little expense of yours and put it in the budget. What you'll eat, wear, wash clothes, your daily fuel, everything. Also, add things you use for daily purposes like kitchen stuff. Add the house rent, electricity, and water bills into it. Once you figure that out, subtract the total amount from your income. If you have something left with you, try not to spend it. If you follow the budget strictly, there may be a chance that you have some money extra from within the budget. That is a plus for you. So if you have extra money on you, that can go for paying back the credit card debt that you owe the bank. If you end up having a negative number after subtraction, tighten up those other budget lines until you have a zero-based budget. That is, your earnings minus your expenses equals zero. 2. Stop using credit cards more often. It is okay if you use your credit card, but using them for every little expense is childish and wrong. Let's say you need a nail clipper. Use cash if you have it with you. Don't rush towards the ATM and start debiting cash, because once you have more cash with you than you need, you'll eventually spend it even more. Try almost never to use it in the first place. You will never have to worry about your credit card balance if you stop using them and eventually pay them off. Ever again. What exactly does this mean? It means you can start paying for things with your own money, either in cash or a debit card, which is a good habit. 3. Save $1,000 emergency fund. If getting rid of those credit cards makes you nervous because you use them for emergencies, it's time to devise a new strategy. Borrowing money for emergencies only makes matters worse. It's time to start saving for emergencies. What should you do then? Save $1,000 as soon as possible. Keep it in your savings account as a cushion against those life happens moments. While no one enjoys paying for an emergency, using your own money means you won't have to pay interest on that brand new air conditioner. $1,000 may not seem like much for an emergency fund, but it is just the beginning. After you've paid off your debt, you will want to grow your starter emergency fund into a fully funded emergency fund. 4. Use the debt snowball method. For those who haven't heard this term, the debt snowball method is a debt reduction strategy in which you pay off the debt in descending order, gaining momentum as you knock out each remaining balance. When the smallest debt is paid in full, the minimum payment is rolled into the next smallest debt payment. Start paying off your credit cards using the debt snowball method, beginning with the smallest balance. We know what you're thinking. What about those interest rates? What you want is to have these debts paid no matter what. Motivation and momentum are essential components of the debt snowball method. You attack your debt one credit card at a time, focusing on the one you can get rid of the quickest. That is why you begin with the smallest balance. 5. Lower your bills. Now that you've started dumping every extra dollar into your debt snowball, it's time to start freeing up cash by lowering monthly bills and cutting back on spending. You can accomplish this by being more deliberate with your electricity usage, meal planning, purchasing generic, and various other methods. We should warn you that you will feel that you're about to get a raise. So, make sure you're also intentional about using this extra cash to pay off debt quickly. rather than squandering it on unnecessary or impulsive purchases. Manage your electricity usage and avoid using gas. Use electrical burners for that purpose. Develop a habit of cooking yourself. You can have the same meals for 2 or 3 consecutive days, saving money. That money can be used to pay the debts. 6. Sort your priorities. Take a look at that budget again. You shaved it. All you have to do is cut some branches now. Sure, it may hurt a little, but the real money saver eliminates certain expenses from your budget entirely. Here are some common unnecessary budget lines you can remove for the time being. Restaurants, entertainment, subscriptions you don't use regularly, cable, streaming subscriptions like Netflix, Hulu, Peacock, and coffee shop visits. Be truthful to yourself and your budget. There are things that you absolutely need daily, and there are things that you do from time to time. If you want a flavored yogurt because you're craving one, it doesn't mean that you have to absolutely get it. The same goes for something you seldom do. Cut away those things and save the money. 7. Make extra income. With this tip, you're not freeing up and redirecting money from your budget. Instead, you're putting more money into it. Start a side business. Work as a driver for Uber or Lyft. Shipt or Instacart can deliver groceries. You can resell your items on Poshmark or eBay. Use your skills to tutor, teach, or work as a freelancer. You don't even have to get up from your couch. Numerous work-from-home opportunities are available, full-time and saving money on gas and commuting or part-time. This time investment will pay off handsomely in the long run. You can make significant progress towards paying off your credit card debt with time and effort. Making an extra income is the best way to deal with every financial crisis. If you have one job to support your family, you should have another job for emergencies. 8. The Avalanche Method. List your debts in order of highest interest rate to the lowest interest rate if you want to get out of debt as soon as possible. Make the minimum monthly payment on each, but direct all your extra funds to the debt with the highest interest rate. This is sometimes referred to as the Avalanche Method of debt repayment. According to J. Dennis Manchius, based on the advice of a previous financial advisor at Symmetry Financial Solutions in San Antonio, Texas, this plan is the most cost-effective option. If you have $600 to put towards debt repayment each month, chances are you will prioritize paying off the accounts with the highest interest rates. Once you've paid off your loan with the highest interest rate, you can put that money towards paying off your next highest obligation more quickly. 9. Debt consolidation. Debt consolidation can effectively combine multiple lines of high-interest credit card debt into a single loan with a fixed monthly payment. By initiating a balance transfer, you can consolidate your debts. However, you could consider getting a debt consolidation loan or a home equity loan. Debt consolidation can make paying off your debt easier and less expensive, but only if the interest rate on the debt consolidation loan is lower than the interest rate on your credit cards. To find out how much money you could save on interest, use Bankrate's Debt Consolidation Calculator. Debt consolidation loans also have an advantage. Your credit card score may improve if you make your monthly payments in full and on time. Because the best debt consolidation loans have lower interest rates than credit cards, you may be able to save money on your credit card debt if you meet the qualifications. 10. Switch to cash. If your primary goal is to pay off your credit card debt, the last thing you want to do is add to it by charging your expenses. Stop using your credit cards, Repack advises. It appears to be a no-brainer, but it is sometimes easier said than done. Paying with cash not only keeps you from accumulating more debt, but it can also help you spend less overall because the psychological act of handing over physical bills helps you spend less. It also necessitates planning ahead of time and makes certain purchases inconvenient, making them less likely to be made. Here's how you can pay your credit card debt and save money from that debt. We hope this video helps you if you're facing this problem. Kindly share this video with your friends and family. That's all for today. See you soon.